So hi guys, today we will start part 2, Russia-Ukraine War, part 2, the war escalates. Narrator, I am the narrator to this war. The world expects Russia to win the war and Ukraine to fall within the day. Russia possesses one of the world's largest military. Its forces attacked from north, east and south simultaneously, but unexpected happened. Ukraine restrained, and the war that may believe could be ended quickly transformed into long, brutal conflict that changed the modern world forever. This is the part 2 of Russia-Ukraine war. Chapter 1, Battle of Kiev. Russia's main objective during the opening phase of the war invasion was clear: capture the Kiev, the capital city. Russian forces advanced rapidly from Belarus towards northern Ukraine. Armored roamed stretches for a mile. Satellite images revealed enormous military convoy approaching Kiev. Many military analysts believe the Ukrainian government could collapse quickly, but Ukraine fought back harder than expected. Ukrainian troops destroyed the bridges, launched ambiguous and slow Russian advances about around the town like Bocha, Ineres, Ostomol. One of the most critical battles occurred at the Hostomel airport. Russian attempt to annex airport using airborne troops, hoping to quickly fly in forces from into the grave, but Ukrainian defend residents fiercely. Heavy firing erupted. The airport changed hands multiple times, and Russia's plan for rapid capture of the cave began falling apart. Chapter 2, Zelensky became a symbol. As Russian troops advances towards Kiev, many expect the President Vladimir Zelensky to flee the country. Instead, he stayed. The videos filmed into the cave shows Zelensky standing aside government officials in the capital. His message was simple: "We are here." That is the moment we become civilized around the world. United States reportedly offered assistance to evacuate it, but according to famous reporter, Zelensky responded, I need ammunition, not a ride." Where I am fully accurate or not accurate, the phases become legendary. Suddenly, Zelensky transformed into a militarily unknown figure, into an international wartime leader. Chapter 3, Western Support. As the war intensified, Western nations rushed to support Ukraine. The United States, United Kingdom, Poland, Germany, and many NATO countries began to send military aid, anti-tank weapons, air defense systems, drone ammunition, financial support, military intelligence assistance. One weapon became essential feared by Russian armored unit, Javelin missile system. Portable deadly Javelin allow Russian to be destroyed and Ukrainian forces to destroy tanks and immediately and effectively destroying effectiveness. Soon social media filled with the footage of destroyed Russian convoy at the time when the Western countries imposed massive economical sanctions on Russia. Russian banks were triggered, foreign assets were frozen, many countries left the Russian market. The Global economy began feeling the effect almost immediately. Oil prices surged, gas prices increased, footage of inflation across the world of the part of the world. Chapter 4: Information Warfare. This is not an military war, it became an information warfare. For the first time in history, millions of people watched a military conflict unfold almost into real time through social media. Videos from the drones, soldiers, civilians, journalists across platforms like TikTok, Telegram, X, and YouTube spread. Both Russia and Ukraine fought fiercely online. Propaganda spread rapidly, and the cyber attack continues to be till this date. Misinformation became a powerful weapon, and around the world, the people struggle to separate between truth and manipulation. Bucha and the global outrage. As the Russian forces withdraw area from Kiev, shocking image it comes from the town like Bucha where the bodies were found in the street, homes were destroyed, civilians were killed. The Ukraine accused Russia forces of committing war crime. Russia denied this accusation, but the image triggered the worldwide outrage and Western countries increased further sanctions and international investigation began. Both global tension escalated dramatically and the war became more brutal and the peace regulation became collapsing. After falling to capture with Kiev, the Russian shift from towards eastern Ukraine, especially the Donbas region. The fighting changes and instead of rapid advances, the war becomes slower and more restrictive. The artillery dominated the battlefield. Entire war towns were reduced to crumbles. Russia lost the most and become the symbol of brutal town warfare and soldier fought by street, building building by building. The trenches war returned to uh, Europe on a scale not seen for generation. One of the most important development in the war was the massive use of drone. Ukraine used Turkey-made Turnbad drone in the early conflict of since its success. Later, both sides replied on FPV drones, small, fast drones carrying explosive. Cheap drones became destroying expensive tank and armored vehicles. The battlefield was changing rapidly. Modern warfare was becoming more technological, more automatic, more deadly. Military experts around the world watched closely because the lesson learned in it could be shaping the future wars anywhere. Wagner Group. As a casualty increased, another powerful force entered the spotlight: the Wagner Group, a Russian private military organization. Wagner Group operated in some sort of the war's deadliest battle around, especially around Bakhmut. The war became known for massive tactic, brutal lighting, and its leader Prigozhin let gain major influence during the conflict, but the tension between Wagner leadership and the Russian military command continued growing, and eventually those tensions could explode to one of the most shocking moments of the war. Through the war, fighting occurs inside the Ukraine, the effect spread around the world. Millions of refugees fled the country. European security for policies changed dramatically. Nation become militarily spending. Finland and Sweden moved closer to the NATO membership. Food export from Ukraine were interpreted. The fear of escalating nuclear war increased worldwide. The war became more and more regional conflict, and it has become a defining geopolitical crisis of 21st century. The war, months after invasion begins, the war has no sign of ending, and thousands had killed, millions had disciplined and disappears or displaced. Entire city has been transferred into battlefield, and the world become watching anxiously pairs. But the conflict was still evolving. In the part 3, we will explore the Ukraine counteroffensive, Wagner rebellion, advanced Western weapons, Russian military strategy change, future of Crimea, where the peace is still possible. And Russia-Ukraine war is not only rewriting modern warfare but is shaping the future of global power itself. Thank you. We'll see in the next video, and have a nice day. Subscribe for more documentaries and geopolitical content. Thank you.